we ended up falling for the trap of these bundles. So we ended up picking 3 of them because that's what I needed to get enough Titan shards. As you can see there, that 20k. If not, it'd probably take me a while to do so. Now, 12 of these crystals are going to get open here, and I also wanted to see what these Valiant crystals are going to be like when it comes to like opening crystals. And spoiler here, guys, that's where we're speeding this thing up by 5 times, is they're trash. They're still trash. At the end of the video, I talk about like theory building about like the percentage drop rates, kind of like, are they really, like, if you wanted to do the math, but you know, I don't know. I'm staying away from these Valiant crystals again. They're just a source of, like, you know, taking away your units. I mean the ISO and resources you can get out of it, and if you're missing a couple of maybe 6 stars, that would be great. But the chase here is the 7-star. The rarity of these crystals are the 7-star. Now we got a bunch of 5 stars, a couple of 6 stars in there, so that was cool, I guess. But the main thing, the biggest price of them all, was this Titan crystal. A lot of champions I would want. The biggest one was Onslaught. The second biggest one, it was gonna be Dust. But look at that Luke Cage. Oh my gosh, surrounded by Luke Cages. I would have been so pissed if that would have been the case. I know a lot of people like Luke Cage's buff. I don't, at the moment, don't care. I don't even want to test it out. It's for me, he's like whatever. But yeah, we get Ironheart, and I'm super pumped about that. So we're going to be jumping into some testing here. Drop a like on the video, guys. What's up, guys? So as you can tell, we took her to rank 2 immediately. Part of that footage, if you didn't catch it, I had some catalyst expiring, man. We had to do a rank 2, okay? And I wanted to do the Titan crystal just to see what I got, and I figured if it was something that I liked or something that I enjoyed testing, because some of these champions I don't have, like you saw, Ironheart is a new addition to my account. We were going to take this champion to rank 2. So I was kind of holding back. I had to do some incursions to get enough Titan shards and obviously pick up some of the deals to be able to get myself enough to that 20k. Now, not the champion I wanted. I really wanted Onslaught. I was saving, because if it was Onslaught, I would immediately go 2-3, okay? And then we would be looking at an Onslaught video. But when it comes to Ironheart, I think she definitely deserves a rank 2. She's a lot of fun to play. She's got a lot of features built into her. Now, she's not specifically meta right now when it comes to like Battlegrounds next season. She might be worth having in a deck. Let's talk about that, because you're gonna need some tech champions. There's gonna be a lot of people running those mutant champions. They're going to be quite annoying. Now, one thing I want to point out, I do have the sides on at the moment. So that's, you know, doing a little bit more damage than normal. But we're going to go for maximum damage here when it comes to kind of like her rotation. If you're lucky enough, or one of the few, to get her, right? One of the things about a special one, it does pause the incinerates, which is very lovely. So you can smash the special ones and just keep pausing and build up those incinerates. So here we're gonna see we're at 16, and we're gonna go and launch another special one, 19 now. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna dash. Oh, by the way, every dex you do, you also only one time you apply some incinerates there. All right, so the pause is gonna fall off, which is fair. We're gonna do the relic. We are gonna apply a little bit more of an incinerate and try to get that second medium in there. But also, you probably in battle. Now, I do these fights, by the way, with no synergies and the champion alone. I did want to do this fight without any kind of wanted to do without any of the sides on, Liquid Courage and Double Edge, because that's an additional extra damage that she has. And I really do these fights to do more of a comparison to Battlegrounds, okay? That's kind of like all that I'm focused on. Yes, some, you know, players play Alliance War. Yes, they quest with these champions, but when it comes to Battlegrounds, kind of like my favorite game mode at the moment, and that is the mode that I'm more interested in. So I'm always looking at time. Now, 59 seconds. She has size on. Took some recoil damage right there. But look at the amount of damage she was able to capture in just 59 seconds. Just under a minute, she was able to nuke this Winter Soldier. Now, this Winter Soldier is packed with like over 600,000 health, if I'm not mistaken here. And then let's go a little bit on the class disadvantage. Now, 546,000 health. I think Winter Soldier is actually around that same, not 600. So like over 500,000 health. So let's see what she can do here. One of the things we're gonna do is we're gonna be a little bit quicker when it comes to the special ones. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna go for the incinerate, mediums. We'll get some lights in there when we can. And let's see if we can get as close to a special 2. Pause them. Those incinerates are very lovely. By the way, she is not just doing incinerates. So one of the things on her pre-fights, she can change that incinerate. So if the opponent you're going up against is incinerate immune, you can switch that up to do some rupture damage. Not that many champions are going to be rupture immune. So she can really take down a lot of the champions inside Battlegrounds. When it comes to offensively. Now, defensively, I don't see her as being like a crazy defender. So we're going to smack here a special 2 and see if that's going to be enough. Dude, by the way, the special 2 towards the end there, those final hits, I don't think it's in her description. Now, let's go take a look at the time here. Also, 52 seconds, class disadvantage. That was 2 special 1s into a special 2. So rotation wise for Battlegrounds, I think she's going to be a lot faster. It's just I can't really showcase. Maybe we do a smaller health pool when we want to do like again, I'm running side, so it's kind of unfair to really show this. But found a Sabretooth just as close to 200,000 health. Close enough, right? But interesting note, when it comes to this, we got clapback, okay? So ideally, she's not really good for this, right? She applies an incinerate. She is not incinerate immune, but says when one of these debuffs are placed on a defender, the same debuff is placed on the attacker, dealing 100% of the defensive attack over 10 seconds. So literally every single medium, I pretty much die. But one of Ironheart's little features is that we can switch that. Now we're dealing ruptures. Now Kabam can go out there and change this completely and say poison, shock, bleed, incinerates, plasma debuffs, and ruptures. But for now, we should be able to like deal as much damage as we can and not have to worry about the retaliation of the node. Take a look at that. Oh, and we took a heavy there. Forgot about the last piece there. But this guy's gonna go down super quick. And we see if we can get him to heal. Now that we remember about that, and all right, I think we're just gonna go. Dude, this health pool is so low. But basically, look, he's gonna melt away from just the ruptures. Oh my gosh. We're just gonna let those ruptures just deal the damage. Just melt them off. There you go. Sabretooth is dead. We didn't even launch a special. Ruptures were dealing so much damage there. But dude, she's really good. I'm really happy with her. Again, I kind of want to add her to my deck. There's a lot, honestly. When it comes to like tech champions, there's a lot right now to choose from. If you're fortunate enough to have a majority of those tech champions on the 7 stars, there's a lot to choose from. Okay, I wanted to double check something because I was like, he was controlling his health really well. So one of the masteries that I had on was Despair. Debuffs applied to the enemies reduce their healing and regeneration effects by 15% each, up to max 100%. So I had a lot of ruptures on there. So basically, I was kind of, that's what you saw happen there. So let's very quickly where I was going in the direction for here. When it comes to tech champions, when it comes to the 7-star class, there's a lot of great champions you can go with. There's Shuri, there's Ironheart, there's Howard the Duck, there's Shocker. Mysterio's being kind of like very annoying on defense sometimes, and offensively good. We've seen the uprise of the Iron Mans at the moment. She's part Iron too. And OG Iron Man, what's it called? Infinity War Iron Man. So they've been really good. Guardian, Lady Deathstrike. I mean, we can name even Red, like, I wouldn't say Captain America is one of the top right now, but Red Skull definitely is. So when I was making my decision, by the way, I was between Guardian, Red Skull, and Ironheart. I couldn't have gone wrong choosing Guardian as well. I was this close to choosing Guardian, but I ended up deciding to go Ironheart. And the reason why is because she's new. I literally just opened some tiny crystal, and I kind of told myself, hey, this is the champion that I'm gonna do, but I still did some prior testing. I didn't record this. I did some rank 1 testing, so just to see the damage. And honestly, Ironheart, Guardian were very close. They were just like almost like when it comes to the damage, and again, the testing I was doing is battlegrounds damage, like that quick short damage when it comes to like his special 1 rotation. So Guardian just needs a special 1 and a special 2, and that's kind of like what Ironheart needs in battlegrounds. Now, I personally feel that Guardian might be able to take a few other fights. They're both able to take different fights, so they're both going to be good offensively in different fights when it comes to like the champions, but I feel like Guardian might provide a little bit more annoyance on defense once he builds up those charges and he kind of auto blocks you, right? So that's just my thoughts, but I still decided to go with Lady Deathstrike, Ironheart, just because she's newer and she's a lot of fun to play with too as well. So those were it, guys. Those were my thoughts. Obviously, champions we don't have still. The latest Omega Sentinel would have been great. Spider-Man, Prowler that's just got added to the game. So there's a lot of missing champions here that I think are still valuable when it comes to like rank 2, rank 3s. Hulkbuster is another one. We use that guy like on questing at a rank 4, in as a 6-star. Maybe rank 3. I don't know if I've taken him to rank 4. I think we're waiting for the to try to get him from the crystal. So let me know your thoughts on it. Obviously, we had to pick up some of the bundles. That's all I'm picking. When it comes to these crystals, still trashed. 2.5% as a 7-star. Doesn't really, I don't think it really shows itself as much because the 5-star, here's a theory. The 5-star is 77.5%. I think I was fooled by the 2.5, but let me see. 50%. I think the fact that the 5-star is so high, I don't know if like mathematically, if anybody wants to figure this out, like are the drop rates almost the same? Even though it shows 2.5%, the chances of us getting an actual 7-star out of the crystal would be the same or even worse than 1%, just because the increased percentage of the 5-stars are so high on that new Valiant crystal. I always get this wrong when it comes to these numbers and percentages. So if anybody wants to figure that out, drop it in the comments. If like an increased, like a smaller pool and 77%, or is it still the same? Hey, 2.5, you're still at 2.5%. It's always higher than 1%, regardless of how many chances you have of getting the other champion. I always get confused on these things, but yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on my new latest rank 2. Forget those Valiant crystals. I went for them and I was like, hey, maybe we can get a 7-star, and that would be a really good crystal to talk about. But yeah, still trash, guys, still trash. RNG, the worst. Take care. Drop a like on the video. See you in the next one. Peace.